You know that feeling when you walk into a group, office, friends, WhatsApp, Insta, and somewhere in the background, your mind is quietly calculating, where do I stand here? Who listens to me? How many people are really on my side? Not in a cheap way, but it's there. You notice who liked your post, who ignored it, who calls you when something important is happening, and who conveniently forgets to invite you. I'm Akash, trying to make astrology simple for you. When I see this status plus network plus recognition antenna always switched on, I immediately think of the 11th house. Especially when Sun and Rahu are sitting there together, and Ketu is quietly sitting opposite in the 5th house. The 11th house in Vedic astrology is friends and networks, social circles, groups, clubs, communities, gains from your work, salary jumps, bonuses, contacts, your big wishes, the life upgrades you dream about, and your sense of belonging in the larger world. Now imagine the sun placed here. Sun is ego, identity, self-respect, leadership, visibility, wanting to shine, that basic feeling of, who am I in this crowd? With Sun in the 11th, you naturally want to be noticed in groups, to have a say, to be seen as important in your circle, not just a background extra. You may find yourself taking charge in friend plans, volunteering to speak in team meetings, becoming the face of certain projects or events, feeling secretly hurt if people don't acknowledge your contribution. Now add Rahu to the same house. Rahu is hunger, obsession, ambition, the part of you that wants more. More influence, more reach, more status, more gains. Sun already wants to shine. Rahu says, brighter, bigger, wider audience. So your 11th house story becomes, I don't just want friends, I want friends who matter. I don't just want a job, I want my work to connect me to powerful people. I don't just want to exist on social media, I want to feel my presence there. This doesn't mean you're fake. It just means your sense of self is tightly linked to who you know, who knows you, and what doors open for you through your network. You might be that person who remembers everyone's name at events, maintains a wide circle of contacts, knows who to call for what, enjoys being tagged, mentioned, appreciated publicly. When things are going well, this combination can make you a brilliant networker, a natural community leader, someone who creates opportunities for yourself and others, a person people go to when they want to reach someone, get something done, or push an idea out. But Rahu also adds a shadow. You may feel restless if you're not doing well compared to your peers, quietly jealous when a friend gets recognition you wanted, uncomfortable when you feel left out of a group, constantly comparing your life to people you see online. A small thing like not being added to a particular group, not being tagged in a story, not being invited to one dinner can hit harder than you admit. Now remember, if Rahu is in the 11th, Ketu is in the 5th house opposite. The 5th house is romance, creativity, self-expression, children, fun, play, hobbies, the joy of doing something just because you love it. Ketu there can feel like, I'm not fully present in my hobbies or creativity. They feel unfinished or unsatisfying. Romance is confusing, either intense in phases or strangely empty. I want joy, but I keep thinking about results or future. So what happens? You may unconsciously shift energy away from pure personal joy, 5th, and towards gains and group recognition, 11th. Example: instead of simply enjoying making art, music, writing, content, your mind jumps to, will this get likes? Will this get me noticed? Will this help my career? Instead of purely being present in a romantic moment, part of you is thinking about social image, what friends think, whether this connection fits into your larger life plan. Sun plus Rahu in 11th keeps asking, how far can I go? How visible can I be? How big can my circle become? Ketu in 5th quietly asks, but do you still know how to enjoy something without turning it into a performance? If this were my chart, Sun plus Rahu in 11th, Ketu in 5th, here's how I'd work with it. First, I'd accept, yes, I do care about status and recognition. I want my work, my name, my face to matter in the world. That's not evil. That's my design. But I'd also remind myself, if I chase only status, Rahu will never be satisfied. There will always be someone bigger. So instead of only asking, how many people know me, I'd start asking, what kind of people know me? What do they know me for? I would consciously lean into the best version of this combo, using my network not just for myself, but to uplift others, becoming someone who connects people, shares opportunities, building communities or projects around meaningful themes, letting my sun lead with purpose, not just ego. Second, I'd give some love back to the 5th house Ketu is sitting in. That means allowing myself some creative space that is not linked to likes or money. Doing at least one hobby or playful thing purely for myself. Spending time with kids, games, stories, not just for social media content. Letting romance sometimes be simple and real, not always Insta-worthy. Even if it's just 20 to 30 minutes a day, this brings balance back to the Sun-Rahu 11th house hunger. Third, I'd watch for typical Rahu in 11th traps, using friendships only as ladders, staying connected only when someone is useful, getting burnt out chasing every party, event, meetup, group, trend. Whenever I feel that urge to be everywhere with everyone, I'd pause and ask, does this actually feed my soul or just my FOMO? Sun wants true respect. Rahu wants numbers. It's my job to choose which one drives my decisions more often. Over time, when this energy matures, Sun plus Rahu in 11th with Ketu in 5th can make you a major network connector. Someone whose name opens doors. A leader in communities, online or offline. A person who knows how to turn vision plus people into real gains. And when you balance it with a bit of 5th house heart, some real joy, some real creativity, some real affection. You don't become just popular. You become impactful. If you want to see whether Sun and Rahu are actually sitting in your 11th house, and what Ketu in your 5th is saying about your joy, love, and creativity, visit astrology.com for instant astrology.